Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Minor interruption here. Yes, I do see that I'm wearing a crown. What about it? It was one of those days. I just pretend you don't see it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victoria, and today we're going to talk about my favorite book of all time as of right now. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This book, I have never cried so much. I literally cried like 7 times reading this book. I don't even understand. It's just so good. It's like next level. Basically, Heartless is my most recent obsession. I love this book so much. You have no idea. So I knew right away I just had to do a review for it. I finished it a few days ago and it literally left me so shook. Basically, Heartless is about how the Queen of Hearts came to be the villain that she is from the book Alice in Wonderland. We all know her as like this evil woman who's like nasty and annoying, and she's like always saying off with her head. Like, she's basically just a very monotone like villain. There's not really much that we know about her, but this book tells us about her past and how she came to be that evil villain, that evil person. So there are 3 main characters in this book: Catherine Pinkerton, the king, and a boy named Jest. So Catherine Pinkerton is the girl who soon becomes the Queen of Hearts. She is of nobility and she lives in the land of hearts. And although she is of nobility and her parents want her to be queen, she does not want that at all. The only thing she dreams about is someday opening her own bakery, because she's a very, very talented baker. And so that's all she wants to do, even if it's below what she's supposed to do, because she's of nobility and she's not expected to like work. She's just expected to marry rich. But that's not what she wants. She wants to be a baker, not a queen, period. However, Catherine's parents do not share her dreams. They want her to marry the king, become the queen. They never really ask her what she wants. They sort of force their own opinions on her. And so that forces her into this relationship where the king falls in love with her and tries to propose. And because her parents want her to be queen, she's sort of stuck because she can't really refuse him, so that's not really an option. At the same time that Catherine falls into this courtship with the king because he's trying to propose to her, she also falls in love with the court joker, this boy named Jest. And Jest is everything that Catherine could want. She literally falls in love with this boy, but obviously she cannot be with him because he's literally part of the court. She's supposed to marry the king. Like, it's off the table. It's like not even an option. So Cath and Jest enter into this secret relationship which no one really knows about, and then it's sort of how that relationship and the pressures that her parents are putting on her and all these different aspects that are going on and affecting Catherine, and how those shape her into the evil, horrible queen and villain that she eventually becomes, which is the Queen of Hearts. Basically, this is like a love story gone wrong, and I think it's really interesting because normally when you read love stories, it's about how love makes someone a better person and like helps someone, but I think we don't really focus on how love can sort of be destructive sometimes when it goes wrong. So this is very much a love story gone awry because everything falls apart, clearly, because she ends up married to the king, the Queen of Hearts, like this evil person. So you wonder how this nice, sweet girl called Catherine goes to become this evil villain. I also love to read these kinds of books where you see how characters from other very well-known stories come to be who they are, especially when it follows a villain, because like I was saying before, most stories are about heroes and good things and love, and they don't usually focus on how a villain became evil. So it's really refreshing to read a different point of view and a completely different perspective. I also loved how while I was reading this book, I could pick up on references from Alice in Wonderland. So characters that we know from Alice in Wonderland also showed up here in Heartless, like Cheshire the Cat, the Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, all these characters that we know, but now we're seeing them in a completely different light because this is before they became the characters that are in Alice in Wonderland as we know them right now. I highly recommend you read this book. I've already given it to my sister so she can read it because I loved it so much. It's super interesting, it's gripping from the beginning, and the story is so amazing. The message about love and passion, how sometimes those can be destructive, is also really important, even if it's not something people like to focus on all the time. And Marissa Meyer did an amazing job when she was writing because it's just such a beautifully written book as well. Obviously, I gave this book 5 stars. It's my favorite book of all time that I think I've ever read. I'm definitely gonna reread it over and over and over, and if you can, I definitely suggest that you pick it up as well. So I hope you enjoyed this book review. I was very excited to do it because I loved this book so much. If you can, again, I really recommend that you do pick it up. It's so amazing. I suggest it to anyone who likes YA novels or likes other books that were written by Marissa Meyer. This book is completely timeless, and it's so interesting, like I said before, to see different perspectives from stories we already know, such as Alice in Wonderland. And it's also amazing to see the creation story of a villain, especially one who's as famous as the Queen of Hearts. So if you enjoyed this book review, don't forget to leave a like. Maybe check out some of my other videos because I've been doing a bunch of reviews recently. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!